Hey guys, this is Ole Jeff. Just trying to catch you up on Pastor Cathy and the Poltergeists. It just seems like Pastor Cathy and I just can't find that right moment to come together to segue or where we can get together and just talk about or let her go on her story of preaching on the poltergeist and what she's dealing with, what she's dealt with, put it that way. With the first of the year, with that couple that were engaged, they got engaged and were getting married, and just took what was just a normal trip to Eureka Springs. Now, if you don't know anything about Eureka Springs, Arkansas, for me, this is just my take on it and version. When I was younger, we're from Arkansas, from Rogers, and when I was a kid, it was nice. It was a nicer town. To me, it's more run down. And that's not. I'm not trying to bash Eureka Springs. It's just the way it is to me. That's the way I see it. It looks tired. It looks like a tired town. It's a tourist town. It was, and it's always been to me kind of like that with the hotbed springs and all that. Kind of like hot springs, kind of with the spring bass and all that stuff. But it's a beautiful place, and it drew a lot of things. It has the Passion Play, of course, too, and that stuff going on there as well. But it just seems more tired. The older I am, and I haven't been there in a while, I probably, like I said, I don't really make it back. But the last few times I was there, it's just really tired, look tired and run down. But that being said, anymore to me it seems more like a hotbed of the just the chaotic type stuff as far as the whatever. I don't know. I don't even know how to put a name on it. It's just put it this way, but there's more of the Wiccan witchcraft type of stuff seems to be fluid flowing through there, and seems like a draw for that type of thing, and the new agey type stuff. That's all I'll say. But anyway, this not young couple, but a couple that had gotten recently married from Haskell, Oklahoma, wanted to go, for their honeymoon to Eureka Springs, which is normal, and back in the day, but it's changing up. I mean, you're having more paranormal activity. You're having more of this activity, the Wiccan activity, all this Wiccan and the witchcraft type stuff. From what I'm hearing about and seeing, well, I know for sure paranormal. I know because the ghost. There's famous hotels there that that area talk about stuff like that see that, as well as Hot Springs has some of the paranormal. So, Pastor Cathy was telling us a story when she was preaching earlier this year that she got a call from some friends of hers, some pastor friends of hers, said, "Can you deal with poltergeists and stuff?" She said, "Sure." And she said the couple that went down there and got married, they didn't really buy into this stuff or believe this stuff. But when they came back and they saw stuff, I mean, they saw demonic spirits. They saw demonic spirits. They saw things happening down in these hotels and these bed and breakfasts, I believe they stayed at. I'm not for sure the bed and breakfast, but I know for the hotels that they stayed at. Like one instance was the guy said, what I remember from her telling the story was, like he was walking to get ice down this hallway, and there was a little girl, by herself. And then of course that anybody alerts anybody, hey, where's your mom or dad, right? So he did that. He said, hey, what's going on? And she disappeared, or he went after her to find out where she went, and there was nothing. That was the part I remember, and my nose is itchy. Sorry, my cat hair's got in me. And there, earlier, just trying to film, and one of my cats started messing with the camera. So she said they thought nothing of it. Like I said, they don't buy into all. Even that, they still don't buy into what some people when they see something, they still don't. They don't. They just go about their business. So, or just don't tell, or they just don't believe it per se. I just think they're seeing something. So these people came back to Haskell, from what I understand, and this things started happening at home. Started seeing stuff, demonic activity, poltergeists. They brought this stuff came back with them. So it's funny when they don't buy into it, or the person doesn't believe in demonic spirits or and such, is that they or poltergeists and such, that they don't buy into it, but yet stuff's happening in their home. And I thought it was funny when she was telling the story. she had to go in. She took what we do, as she did as a pastor. You know, she had basically had to teach them the word. I mean, they didn't understand anything about casting demons and devils out, and she had to, and on prayer, her mom, one side of the family's mom and dad didn't believe in it. They came over, and they were seeing it as well, and they were Catholic, and they actually got into their home, so she had to go help them too. So it's quite the story. I mean, and truth. I mean, it was not just a story, but the truth. And they had a little bit of trouble since that Cathy had to go back and teach them what the Bible says or the Word says. And for me, that's why I stand on the ground and says, you shall cast out devils in my name. You have to do, I believe you have to know what you're doing. And not just any old thing. You can't, you buy into this stuff, read a book, and like when I watch TV things, they're throwing salt and everything around. That don't work. It doesn't calm. I don't care what you say. You're not going to convince me that calms that stuff down. But there again, if you have a strong will, they can't overtake you. Anything can't overtake you like that. It cannot. I think it really deals with like weak-willed people and stuff like that. And if you just saw, what's funny is they just came out with a movie, Conjuring 2, which deals with the infill haunting, which was a poltergeist in the UK, I believe, or Europe. And I've read the book a long time ago. This house is haunted by Guy Playfair. And I watched that series of the infill haunting before. I didn't see The Conjuring because I know enough about this thing, dealing with this poltergeist. But it was funny that this all kind of tied the first of the year, and here they come out with a movie. I didn't know they was coming out with that movie. But anyway, yeah, so that's it. It's just basically she went casting in Haskell, Oklahoma. There was people had that poltergeist activity, demonic activity that came back from Eureka Springs. My advice to you is I wouldn't go looking for that. I mean, to bring it home, but I mean it's definitely more prevalent now in Eureka Springs than it used to be. I believe just because of the draw of things there, of the just of the wrong stuff. I'll say being drawn there, and it's always been that way. I mean, but like I said, Eureka Springs, I don't know that it's always been that way. It was not as tired looking of a town as it was, though. Not to stay on that, but that's what the story was. Cathy is more of a storyteller in the sense of the story was a really good story. When she was going into the home, things were happening, drawers were opening, this was happening, things were being thrown around, things were appearing, presences were appearing when these people were saying, well, I don't even know if I buy into this stuff, and yet all this stuff were flying off the shelf, drawers being opened, and that, to me, struck me as funny. But that's how it was, and that's the story. And hopefully, yes, I would like to get her to tell her version, but it's just hooking up and doing it, and at the same time, it's up to her. It's whether she wants to, and to come on YouTube or Facebook that I do on the Mysterious Oklahoma and talk about this stuff. There's something else I was going to show you too, and I don't see it with me. I didn't bring it in the room, so that's the story. That's me catching up on Cathy Toon and the Poltergeist. I will post this on YouTube and my Facebook page. And maybe I need to work with my website. It's been 100 years since I've messed with that thing, but check it out. The area was Eureka Springs. I don't know the exact name of the hotel or the bed and breakfast, but if you're interested, I could find that out for you. But I wouldn't recommend it. Not for the weak of heart, and I believe they shouldn't. I personally believe I won't, and I don't think you should dabble with that stuff because you don't know what you're inviting in, and that's what Cathy's message was too. That this stuff, we stand fast for as far as the Christian side of it. You have to stand fast because the hour we're in, if you can't see the way things are happening or going, things are winding up and winding on down. So I hope you're having a good day on this Friday. I'm getting ready to go do some more of my errands. Thanks for listening, as always. And I got some other things coming up. I'm gonna do some side journeys. I'm gonna start putting some stuff out with my pastor friend Brent, and with Kathy, if I can get them tied down if they want to. I know Brent will. So I may be posting that stuff, and as always, stay with me for a while. It's always going to be a good one, and I see what I can do with my camera. I'm going to dig out this other video camera I've got, and a friend of mine. Also, let me get this. That's what it was. He gave me his 360 cam to give a shot out. So thank you, Robbie DeMarco. We're gonna give this a shot, and probably not today, but if you, thank you for trusting me with the camera and your video thing. Sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Talk to you later. Bye.